Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to the 31st Annual Reach Out for Youth and Family Dinner. Another round of applause for our great gymnasts. Thank you so much. This evening is a celebration of the Y, the community, and you, because it's all of these that come together to make the impossible possible. But before we get going into that story, I just want to handle a few logistical housekeeping issues. So if you've parked here, please remember to get your parking stamped at the desk. It'll reduce your fee to $6 for the evening. If you have a cell phone, we would very much appreciate it if you turned it off or put it on vibrate, because I know it's easy to forget. And in your program, all of our sponsors, please take some time to look at their ads and look at some of the recognition that's in here. We are so grateful for the support that they give our dinner. And then finally, on social media, if you are into helping promote it, we have the Reach Out for Youth and our Twitter handle, the Granite YMCA, for the socially savvy. To make the impossible possible requires the efforts of many. And we're fortunate to have so many people who volunteer to support the Y. I'd like to ask the trustees of the Granite YMCA to stand up and to be recognized for their volunteer efforts. They inspire me with how hard they work on the behalf of our community. Would you please stand, the trustees? And second, I'd like to acknowledge and recognize the Board of Advisors for the Downtown YMCA, the Allard Center, the camping branches. These advisors come together on a monthly basis to offer guidance and insight and support for our various branches. Would those advisory board members please stand up and be recognized for your volunteer efforts? And last and not least, the folks that make this whole evening come together, our dinner chairs, Jim Farrow and Linda Yeager, for the work that they do and their committee. Would the dinner group please stand up right now and be recognized? Thank you. It is my pleasure to kick off this evening by introducing the mayor of the city of Manchester, Her Honor, Joyce Craig.
Good evening. Such a pleasure to be here with all of you. You know, I love attending this event to celebrate the Y's tremendous impact on our community and the difference that you all make in the lives of so many people. As you know, I was born and raised in the South End of Manchester, and the Y has been a staple in my family for years. My father and his brothers went to the Y when they were kids. It's where my kids learned to swim, dance, and rock climb. And we still hold a family membership at the Y. The sense of community and support at the Y is second to none. And I feel it today, even though I haven't been getting to the gym as much as I'd like. I'm most grateful for the fact that the Y understands the future of our community depends on the success of our children. And in my time as mayor, it's been wonderful to hear firsthand how the various programs at the Y help our youth and families. A couple of weeks ago, I attended a luncheon celebrating the opening of the Youth and Teen Leadership Center. Faith, the student president at the Teen Center, told a story about her friend, Aluel, that hit home in terms of the positive, lasting impact the Y has on our youth. Faith talked about how Aluel had a tough childhood, was bullied, and didn't have much confidence. Then she joined the Y, and it became a second home for her. A year later, Aluel joined the STAY program, and that program and her teacher taught her how to be self-confident, to the point that she stood up to the bullies and said, "Enough is enough." Aluel also spent a lot of time at the Teen Center, where she met some of her best friends, and she attended Camp Foss for the last 2 summers. In Aluel's words, she said, "The YMCA has had an important impact on my life, and then thank you to the YMCA and all of their staff that give kids like me a home away from home." Through these and other programs at the Y, young adults throughout Greater Manchester area are realizing their full potential. I am so grateful for all the Y has done and continues to do in our community. And I want to thank the Y staff and all of you for being here tonight to support their efforts. Thank you.
Impossible or possible? It would not be possible without the efforts of all of you, our donors and our volunteers. And tonight, we'll be emphasizing a few stories that are just the tip of the iceberg of some of the impacts and stories that talk to the Granite YMCA. Every day, the Y provides services to individuals ranging from babies and infants to age 6 to 98. Each day, youth are taking classes, leadership programs, gymnastics, and teenagers have a safe and nurturing center, which was just opened, the new teen center here downtown and the new center up in Allard. In 2018, the YMCA provided financial service at all of our branches and camps to over 22,800 individuals. 22,000. That seems almost impossible, but it's possible thanks to your efforts. Those memberships, those support services totaled over $1.7 million, almost $1.8 million. Very impressive, and thank you. You know, every year, we are humbled by the support that we get from our community, and there are a special group of individuals that join our annual giving societies, and I'd like to recognize them right now. The Thomas Valentine Sullivan Society, we have members Craig Burnham and Lisa Schultz, Jane Fall, Jenny and Scott McKenzie, and Paula and Richard Pease. In the Reverend E. Adams Society, we have Terry and Bonnie Flahive, Pamela Diamantis and Maury Goodman, Dan and Cheryl McKenzie, Bill and Sheila Steele, Susan and Bill Tucker, and Norm and Pat Turcott. In the Walter G. Africa Society, Mr. and Mrs. James Baker, Tom and Donna Craig, Denise and Stephen Langley, Tom Tomei and Mary Allen, and James Porter and Dr. Melissa Borthwick. Please, thank you for recognizing them. And our corporate sponsors, the support that they've given year in and year out. I'm pleased to announce that 54 companies have generously sponsored and contributed $116 updated number, to this year's dinner. Combined with these donations, this financial assistance helps us reach those 22,890 individuals. Again, making Mission Impossible possible. At this time, if you can, I'm going to recognize our corporate sponsors, and if you could hold your applause to the end of each slide. For the bronze sponsors, we have the Demoulas Foundation, Hippo Press, Langley Construction, Nixon Peabody, and Procon. Thank you. For our major sponsors, A.W. Theron Company, NBT Bank, Pro City Cleaning, Spectrum Marketing Companies, and W.B. Mason. Our lead sponsor, Pepsi Bottling Group. Our principal sponsors, Hannaford Supermarkets, USI Insurance, and Citizens Bank. And our crown sponsor is Bank of New Hampshire. Please join me in thanking all of these. And I'm pleased, and we are pleased to have Bank of New Hampshire as our campaign underwriter this year. And I'd like to invite Frank Anderson to come up and share a few words on behalf of Bank of New Hampshire and their commitment to the community. Frank?
Thanks, Tom. I get to wear two hats tonight. With my professional hat on, I have the honor of representing my 300 colleagues at Bank of New Hampshire who work at 24 offices across the state and welcoming you all to the 31st annual Reach Out for Youth and Family Dinner. Bank of New Hampshire is pleased to have donated over $700,000 to 250 New Hampshire-based nonprofit organizations last year. And we're especially proud tonight to join all of you here in sponsoring and supporting the Granite YMCA's mission of social responsibility, healthy living, youth development, and family strengthening. With my personal hat on, and as a resident of Goffstown, I am a card-carrying member of the Granite YMCA through my use of the Allard Center. And a quick story, very interesting, when we moved 10 years ago to our home in Goffstown, a couple days after we moved in, my wife and I were visited by our neighbor who welcomed us to the neighborhood and said, "You're going to love it here. You're only 10 minutes from the Allard Center." So that made us feel good. Not about the traffic in the neighborhood, but we were close to the Allard Center. So, and like Mayor Craig, I probably don't get there as often as I would like to do exercise. And I know a lot of you are nodding in agreement, which is a little unsettling, but I think what's comforting for all of us is that we know it's there. We know the Granite YMCA's 5 facilities are there for us at any time, 7 days a week to utilize. That's very comforting, I think. So to the leadership of the Granite Y, to the staff members, to the corporate staff at the headquarters who I interact with, thank you for making our community a better place to live. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Frank. And I said in my earlier comments that we have members of all ages. In fact, we have a member who's 98 years old, and his birthday is tonight. So, Bill Katikas, happy birthday. Please join me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bill. Happy birthday to you. Please enjoy your dinner. Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed the performance by the YMCA gymnasts. I want to give a special shout out to all the young women, as well as Meg Northland, the coach, Alyssa Matthews, Anna Church, and Carol Raza for volunteering their efforts to help coach and be here this evening. Thank you so much. Tonight's theme, Mission Impossible, Being Possible. It is only possible with the help and support of everyone in this room, and with that support, the Granite YMCA has had a remarkable impact on the community. We advance our mission, which is building healthy spirit, mind, and body. And we do that by instilling the values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility in the individuals, the families, and the practices that we use. At this point, I'd like to introduce Dr. Chris Martin, the principal of Beach Street School, who in her role has experienced firsthand the impact of some of the programs that the Y offers to her students and the community. When we think about Beach Street School being just down the street here and the challenges that exist right here in our community. So, Dr. Martin. Thank you, John. Appreciate it very much.
Good evening, everyone. Your Honor, it's always a pleasure to be at an event where you are speaking. Go Crusaders. Mitt, thank you very much. We have some Central grads sitting over here, but it's okay, too. Just saying. In all seriousness, Manchester kids are all our kids, whether we personally have school-aged children or not. As a community, we are all responsible for lifting them up, especially our most vulnerable kids. I've spent 30 years in this district working on their behalf, largely because so many wonderful educators did the same thing for me. My life could have taken a very different direction without the care and concern of the right people at the right time. Like many in this room, including Mayor Craig, I am a proud product of the Manchester Public Schools. Thank you. Yes, I would agree with that statement. Public education has been a gift to me, whether it was public college education or public schools. Now it is our turn to share the gift that was given to us by so many adults in this community. Just a short walk southeast of here is Beach Street School. Each day I have the honor of working with roughly 600 amazing children who attend the beach. Sadly, current statistics tell us that 93% of our beach kids receive free or reduced lunch. I'm going to say that number again. Only 7% of the children that come to my school every day are not living in poverty. Our beach kids live in condensed poverty. With poverty comes trauma. With trauma comes short tempers, acting out behaviors from both children and, unfortunately, oftentimes family members. The literature tells us that all it takes is one adult to change the course of a child's life through mentoring, role model behaviors, and just plain being interested in a child's well-being. Every day I watch the Granite Y offering programs to address all of those needs. We are blessed to have the Granite Y support our beach kids through the Y Start after-school care program. Ready? A $100 donation this evening helps 2 kids attend this marvelous opportunity at Beach and Henry Wilson School. Kids like ours who do not attend after-school programming end up stuck in an apartment with very little engagement, or even worse, hanging out on the streets. Between our 21st Century After-School program and our Y-Start program, we have about 300 kids in the building after school every day, getting some meaningful time with meaningful adults, a healthy snack, and a pat on the back with some fun. A gift of $250 helps 4 children play youth sports, providing an opportunity for them to learn team building skills. Summer is such a challenging time for our kids who lack opportunity. 93% of them lack opportunity at beach. A $500 donation helps 5 children attend summer day camp where they can continue building positive relationships and have some fun. I'm off script, but I'm going to give you a quick anecdote, which I thought was very telling. My first year at beach, it was the fall, and I was walking kids across the crosswalk, and they said, "Dr. Martin, what are you doing this weekend?" I said, "Oh, I got to go to my mother's house and rake leaves." What's that? What's that? Raking leaves. Right? We don't rake leaves on Beach Street. Think about it. Those summer camp opportunities where kids can play in the water, get their feet dirty in the dirt, play in the woods, those are experiences that our apartment kids just don't have. Where am I? Sorry, I'm getting emotional. If you have more to give, the Y will support families with full-year membership, swim lessons, water safety training, and the Live Strong program, which is near and dear to me as well. Good men and women at this event, your monetary donation this evening may make the difference between a child meeting that one adult who will change their world or not. You are here because you too love the Queen City, probably not as much as I do. You are also here because you too know how important our children are. You are here because you too care about the least among us, our vulnerable children. You are here because you too understand that our community has children in need of food, clothing, health care, and positive attention. Well, those are all things that we receive from our Y partners. I sign every memo I send home or send to our staff the same way, all on behalf of our kids. And that's what this evening is about. Many thanks for everything you do. There are many in this room who know and appreciate your support. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. Her passion and knowledge is something that I've experienced personally as we sit in board meetings, and her counsel and insights is invaluable. Thank you for your contribution. At this point, I'd like to welcome up to the podium Jim Farrow and Linda Yeager, the co-chairs of this evening's dinner. Jim, Linda.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? So, Mission Impossible, I know you're all thinking you're going to see Rebecca Ferguson and Tom Cruise, but you're stuck with us, and we're happy to be here. So, first, I want to thank our dinner committee. It's a lot of hard work. It starts the night after this dinner ends, and this is when this dinner started. When it ended last year, the very next day, we started putting tonight together. So, thank you very much. A special thank you and a round of applause for Diane Beaudry, Kathy Laforge, and Jess Goodine-Rendu. Tonight, our program highlights our mission. Our mission is youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. You're going to be hearing from speakers, and you're going to be watching a series of videos that highlight each of these key components of our programming and our mission. Summer Camp is one key program that we offer at the Y that highlights our youth development. And you're going to see 4 videos tonight spread out in between some speakers. Summer Camp provides a special type of community where kids can come together, where they can rake leaves, where they can get dirty, where they can meet other children from other backgrounds and other cultures, and take that back home to their own community to expand their own knowledge base. It's full of adventures, and it's full of self-confidence building. Camp is an experience like no other. That's why the Y wants to provide this transformational experience to so many kids each and every year. We started this tradition about 4 years ago, where we were here to give out some scholarships for kids that are very deserving. And we're going to continue that tonight, but we're adding it with a twist and some video presentations that you'll see for kids that have been nominated, and they're very deserving. Linda?
Thank you.
This year, the committee had a very difficult time choosing the recipients of the Campusship Awards. Each of the nominees were equally deserving of this award, and I know I speak for the entire committee when I say we wish we could send all of these kids to camp. Although this evening we are giving out Campusship Awards to a select few, throughout the year the Y offers financial assistance for camp experiences, academic achievement programs like Power Scholars and Stay, healthy living series like Live Strong and diabetes prevention, and membership assistance. The Y stands by its mission of turning no one away. Please watch this next story.
I'm Chris Nace. I'm school counselor at Henniker Community School, and I nominated Heidi Wilson.
I'm Leah Simone. I'm a third grade teacher at Henniker Community School, and I nominated Skylar Moore.
They're two of the kids that everybody felt was most deserving of having time away, experiencing childhood, summer experiences, time to just enjoy life.
These kids have been through a lot. They've had, I think, a lot of change in their life with people in and out, and it's not been consistent.
They're amazing kids. They're really friendly, kind. They look out for each other and other kids, and really hardworking.
He's positive, he's upbeat, and he's got a smile that'll melt your heart.
Well, I think as a school, we actually look at students that might need summer programming. And then I got the notice from the Y. I'm a Y member at Goffstown Allard Center. And I said, whoa, a scholarship? Really? A scholarship? We could send kids to camp for free?
When we found out that two of the children had been nominated, we were ecstatic because we were really only expecting one, if at all. I mean, we figured we weren't even going to get that. And so when we heard two, it seemed like a pretty amazing thing to be able to give two of them that opportunity. Upon learning that there were actually 4 children, the Y offered to send all 4 when we had only nominated 2. So we were absolutely ecstatic because that was really going above and beyond what we even thought was possible in the first place. We're so incredibly thankful that the Y did this for our students. I think we were thinking of other things, but nothing to this extent. So the fact that they're going to have this experience, we're very grateful to the Y for this.
Heidi Wilson, Skylar Moore, please come up. Where's the backpacks? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So the 2 more that are coming up are their brothers and sisters because we want this opportunity to be for the whole family. So congratulations, guys. This one's Ariana and Jeffrey. So this is Ariana and Jeffrey. I'm gonna take a picture. That started as 1 and it turned into 4, so you can imagine how difficult it was at these committee meetings to make the decisions. They're hard to do, but tonight's joy is worth it. So we're going to now take a break from our youth development mission, and we're going to transition and showcase our healthy living mission. And I'd like you to meet Linda Stollard. Linda is part of our Healthy Living Initiative and a participant in the Wise Live Strong program. She has an inspiring story that she'd like to share with all of you. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you. I'm here tonight to speak to you about cancer recovery. In the Granite States YMCA Live Strong program. So if you or a family member have been diagnosed with cancer, will you please stand up? If you have ever had a friend or a coworker diagnosed with cancer, please stand up. Please look around and see the impact of cancer just on the people within this room. Thank you. Please be seated. My story begins in December of 2017 when I became one of the 1 in 8 women diagnosed with breast cancer in the U.S. Cancer is a daunting disease to face as the outcome of treatment isn't certain, and you really don't know what to expect. My treatment included 14 months of chemotherapy, surgery, and 6 weeks of radiation at the Elliott Cancer Center. It was there that my nurse, Steve, gave me a brochure introducing me to the Live Strong program at the Granite YMCA. I was exhausted from daily radiation at that time, but I took the brochure and told Steve I would consider it. The Live Strong program is a 12-week fitness class open to anyone who has been diagnosed with cancer and their family. The Live Strong class meets twice weekly for about 75 minutes. It consists of cardiovascular conditioning, strength training, core and balance exercises, stretching, and ends with relaxing meditation. Before cancer, I enjoyed a 4-mile daily walk with my dogs, in warm weather, weekly kayak trips with my husband, and playing active games like my granddaughter's version of tennis. While active, I had never been to a gym. It seemed overwhelming to rehab at a gym. However, my radiation oncology nurse, Steve, continued to encourage me to sign up for the program. I decided to check with my oncologist, Dr. Sims, about participating. He told me Live Strong was a great program. He also encouraged me to enroll, so I signed up for the next session. I needed to regain my strength and endurance so I could return to the activities I love. The Live Strong class starts with an individual physical assessment. No two people experience cancer, its treatment, or recovery the same way. So the physical assessment is key to setting your fitness goals. Ron, our specially trained instructor at the Granite YMCA, helped each of us to learn to use the equipment and to set our personal fitness goals. Ron is always positive, encouraging, and supportive, and I thank him. Ron. Live Strong participants are also able to try any class at the YMCA, yoga, Zumba, water aerobics, or even the new virtual classroom. Before participating in Live Strong, I had difficulty just reaching to the second shelf of my kitchen. Even simple arm movements like reaching for the mail in the mailbox or retrieving a ticket in a parking garage were difficult. My arm strength was non-existent and pitiful, and most days I needed a nap. I certainly wasn't up to even a 1-mile walk. However, I was determined to regain my strength, flexibility, and endurance. Ron helped me design a custom program that worked on cardiovascular and upper arm strength. I learned not just how to use the gym equipment, but also use free weights and bands to build my strength. These exercises I could also do at home to help. I viewed participation in Live Strong as just as important as chemotherapy or radiation. You need to attend every session armed with your best attitude possible and participate to the best of your ability. Having cancer is isolating. Sometimes people just don't seem to know what to say to someone diagnosed with this disease. Often those in cancer treatment are not able to participate in even the simplest of activities.
which also isolates them. Sometimes it seems like no one understands how you feel. Meeting with others going through cancer treatment at Livestrong was very uplifting. Sharing common experiences helped everyone know they were not alone. Each time we met, stories were shared and friendships grew. Those friendships continue as we still meet to walk together weekly. When the weather finally warms up and it stops raining, we plan a day walking on one of the rail trails together, and I hope to get them to kayak this summer. Just being at the Granite YMCA is very uplifting to a cancer patient. The warm welcome from Violet at the desk when you get your parking ticket stamped, or being greeted by the youngest Y class out for a walk, the children waving to you and asking for high fives when you come in makes your day. You don't just feel like part of a cancer program, rather you begin to feel part of the family at the Granite YMCA. My Livestrong workouts have really paid off. I completed my 12 weeks just before Easter, and I am happy to say I no longer need a daily nap. I can reach the top cabinet shelf in my kitchen and at the grocery store. I have regained much of my strength and endurance, and I completed my first 4-mile walk since my cancer diagnosis 1 week after finishing the Livestrong program. I will soon be able to hike in the mountains again, swim at the beach, and most importantly, kayak with my husband and play tennis with my granddaughter this year. I would like to share that last week I had my first mammogram, post-treatment, and my doctor called it picture perfect. I've been blessed to have had many amazing people in my life through this journey against cancer, and I am forever grateful to Dr. Schickman and the staff at the Elliott Breast Care Center, Dr. Sims, the amazing chemo nurses, and the staff at the New Hampshire Oncology and Hematology, Dr. Burdette and his assistant, Amy J., and everyone at the Elliott Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery, the Elliott Cancer staff, especially my nurse, Steve, the Granite YMCA, and everyone who supports this Livestrong program, which has helped 400 plus families in New Hampshire, especially Cindy and Ron, who run these programs here at Granite Y. Thank you. I would also extend my thanks to everyone helping cancer patients here in Manchester, at CMC, Dartmouth-Hitchcock, Dana-Farber, and the Elliott Medical System. Your dedication and the care you give your cancer patients is priceless. And most of all, I'd like to thank my husband, my daughter, my son-in-law, my granddaughter, and all my family and friends who have been right there to support me every day of this journey. Thank you. And thank you for supporting Livestrong.
My name's Mike Jutras, and I nominated my grandson, Braden Michael Hennessy. He was a big help when he found out that his mom wasn't going to feel too good and that she might lose her hair. She explained to him that, you know, I think what's going to happen is I might not be able to have all the fun that we're doing, all the good things that you like to do, and I'm going to be tired. And Braden stood up and said, Mom, you don't have to worry. I'll be there. I'll be there to help you. And he did. He loves to play outside, have fun. But during this time, Braden was a real trooper. He would help Mom pick up the eggs from the chickens, feed the dogs. He would feed the cats. He would put away the towels. He'd even take the dishes off the table to help Mom. Mom spent a lot of time laying down. And just watching him, Braden also took the time to go cuddle her. And he also watched out for his siblings, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old sister. He's a trooper, and in my eyes, can't ask for any more than that. He has no idea that I did this. Grateful that my daughter has gotten to this year and a half. I'm grateful that everyone in the family stood by her. It takes an army, and Braden was part of that army. Even the other two little ones tried to help every now and then. But I'm thanking for the Y for taking this opportunity to let me express my feelings and give Braden a chance to go to camp.
I'm Michael Johnson. I'm Austin's father. Currently, I'm in Djibouti, Africa, at Camp Lemonnier. Austin is 6. He'll be 7 in July. He's in 1st grade right now, and he's a great boy. So I miss him a lot. He likes the outdoors, so he likes to play with the neighbor kids back home. Whenever they're around. So there's not many of them, but when they are around, he likes spending his time outside with them. So I think he'll enjoy it and being outdoors and getting to go on little adventures. I think it would be a good experience with him, being around other kids and maybe working as a team with them, and I think he'll enjoy the social aspect of it. So I'd like to say whoever nominated him, it means a lot to me, especially with me being gone. I'm very excited for Austin's camp trip that he's going to go on. I think it's going to be great for him, and I think it's awesome that he was nominated. So thank you, whoever it was. And I wish I could be there. I love Austin a ton, and his beautiful mom, Jolene.
So please welcome Braden and Austin to the stage. Come on up, bud. Good job.
Hey, Austin. Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Just to go back to our social living, a big round of applause for Linda as well. That was just an amazing speech. Thank you, Linda. So we've touched on youth development, we've touched on healthy living, now we're going to touch on social responsibility. And it's with that I have great pleasure to turn the mic over to Annie Asantha, who takes part in our STAY program. Please welcome Annie to the stage.
Good evening. My name is Annie Asante, and I'm a proud STAY student at McLaughlin Middle School. I am the youngest child from a family of 12. My family and I are originally from the Congo. In the Congo, we never had a place called home. Memories of my childhood include running from one refugee camp to another. There was no time for education. There was no such thing as Snapchat time, movie time, or even family time. Most of the hours during the day were dedicated to looking for food and water in order to stay alive. Sometimes we were not able to eat. On good nights, we were evenly spread out our meal and ate on the rocky floors. Children 5 years and older would start to trim themselves by learning basic life skills in order to help their household. In my case, as a 5-year-old girl, I would wake up very early in the morning and prepare porridge for my family. I would light the fire and make sure the water we were using was not fully contaminated. It was then my job to watch and stir until the porridge was ready for serving. My mother tried her hardest to make sure that the youngest children were fed first. Sometimes this meant that the older ones went without, but there was no other way to do it. We would wash our clothes in the river and dry them on the rope or trees. In the refugee camp, all of the people became families and friends, even if we had different backgrounds. We needed to work together as one in order to survive. The war really changed the life of my family. We lost our home and our identities. My grandparents were both executed. Many people around me lost everything, including their children and even their own lives. I was very scared. I thought that my life would never get better. I was given guns. I was scared because many children my age were being taken from the camps and given guns and forced to be soldiers. I decided that I needed to do my best in everything I did so that I would have a chance. When my family got news that we had been selected to move to the United States, it was the start to newfound excitement, along with a new kind of fear. Could we really trust that we would be safe? Would my family be able to stay together? Would we be looked down on because we were different? Their journey was long, and the transition into American life has not been without struggles. Learning English and a new set of customs took its toll on me. I fell behind in school and wanted to give up. Thankfully, at the start of this year, I was accepted into the state program. State has provided me with the support and tools I need most. Through state, I have learned many things and grown physically, mentally, and spiritually. I have been given opportunities to hike up and ski down mountains. I have learned the importance of education. My confidence in myself and my trust in others has improved. I am now able to ask for help when I don't understand. My grades and attendance have improved. I have learned that I am not the only one that has a rough start. I have learned to be thankful, to not judge others, and to participate empathy. I have learned to set goals and to challenge myself. Most importantly, I have learned about values. State has pushed me to recognize what I believe in and stand for. State has taught me that I am valuable and important part of something. State has given me a second family and something to look forward to, and State has given me hope. Thank you for all of you here tonight. I look forward to a better and brighter future. It is possible because of you people. Thank you.
Another round of applause for Annie. Annie, we're all looking up to you tonight for your courage and perseverance. Thank you. Good work. And now our final video.
My name is France Howard, and I nominated my granddaughter, Madison Howard, and she lives with me. She's 13 years old. Well, Madison's never been to a camp before, and I just thought she's such a bubbly, curious kid who loves adventure. And I just thought this would be such an amazing opportunity because she's never been able to go to camp before. She's got a 7-year-old little sister, and those two can go at it. But on the other hand, she's amazing with her sister. They love adventure. They'll go outside and do treasure hunts together, and they'll go swimming, they'll go do tea parties. So she's got that genuine soft heart to her. Madison loves the ocean. Someday, hopefully, she gets to be an ocean biologist, she says. So being outdoors will be something so beneficial to her to be able to do, to be at camp. And it's an opportunity she would have never had if it wasn't for this. So I am utmost grateful for that. Her mom had a stroke, which is my oldest daughter. She has 2 aunts that have moved away, which was tough on Maddie. And it's emotional for me. I work hard at raising my grandkids. And I'm grateful that Madison gets to do this because it's not something we could do. Well, I did put Maddie in a charter school. Madison is a student who's a good student. She doesn't only just want to do well, she wants to be successful. And, I hope to see her someday go off to college and do really well for herself.
Madison Howard, congratulations. Thanks, Grandma. So that's our program, folks, right? You're asking yourselves, do they always have such moving stories? Do they truly impact our community? Do they really need our giving? As long as you are all here, I am proud to answer each of those questions with a resounding yes. It matters, folks. Your giving, your donations, however large, however small, whether it be monetary or otherwise, matter. And tonight's program showcases that. So thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to perfect our ideals for a better tomorrow for so many deserving people in our community, young and old. Thank you for the opportunity to highlight our core values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. Why do you ask? So one day, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, Braden, Madison, Annie, Austin, they will be here as you. They will be you. They will be asking another generation of people for help and opportunity, as Chris said, to continue this amazing journey so we can continue our important missions of youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. That's our cycle. That's our story. It's that simple, and it's that awesome. So thank you, folks, very much. You have helped make our mission possible, and to close the evening, it's with great pleasure that I introduce Michelle Shepard, our Chief Operating Officer. There is no one who is more passionate about our Y program, about our core values and dedication to healthy living, social responsibility, and youth development than Michelle. So it's with great pleasure that I bring her to the stage to close our evening.
Good evening. So there's a bet on whether or not I'm going to cry. You won. Thank you. I didn't bring one up here with me. There aren't words, and I'm going to state a script, but I can't say enough to our speakers, the stories you're telling, the young ones that are here, and the videographer, the videos. It just touches all of us, and I think we all know why we're here. But I'm just going to share a little bit more time and kind of reiterate the theme tonight about who we are and what we stand for, and just kind of wrap things up this evening for us. So first and foremost, I need to thank Jim and Linda for your last 2 years of dedication to making this event outstanding and making sure that we all know what we're here for. You've truly helped us understand mission is possible every day at the Y. So good evening. I'll keep my remarks brief because I know we've been here for a while and there's some cupcakes to still eat on the tables. But we're here to celebrate our Y mission. And I hope you understand how we can make a difference in the happiness, health, and confidence of an individual. But first and foremost, it is my privilege to be here on behalf of the Y staff and to thank each of you for joining us in a celebration of our Y mission. Specifically our branches tonight, we're really highlighting our Manchester and Goffstown branches, our resident camps, Mytina and Foss and Alton and Stratford, and our Youth Opportunities Unlimited, or YOU programs of Start, Stay, and Strive in our teen outreach. We do these programs with great care and thought and a lot of heart, but we also do them in partnership with a lot of wonderful agencies. And I just want to recognize the school district as well as the Granite United Way, and so many, many other nonprofits in our city and beyond that make a difference in the lives of these youth that we serve every day. So it takes a community, as Mayor Craig has said before in so many of her speeches, and she's very gracious about acknowledging all of us in that part. So thank you for that. Many of you know firsthand of our great programs, facilities, and support services the Y offers today. But none of this would be possible without the vision of local leaders from 165 years ago. We're celebrating 165 years of service to the city of Manchester, so that alone is phenomenal. In 1854, the Y was initially founded, as many of the Ys were back in 1844 to 54 period, for young men, and for basically to keep young men out of trouble. And so we try to continue doing that today, but we do it for everybody. And it's a hard job sometimes, but it's a great place to go to stay out of trouble, I think. But that positive environment has made a huge difference in the lives of so many people. In 1909, a lot of nines going on, this is a year for a lot of anniversaries, was the first official fundraiser for the Manchester YMCA. So I think that's kind of interesting. I don't think it was quite this large or quite this elaborate, and there weren't cupcakes on the table, I'm sure. But it was about building our current location at Mechanic Street that just stands in recognition of the vision of individuals of how great the YMCA is and was at that time and has been sustaining throughout the past generation. It's just tremendous. But it was led most importantly by visionary leaders, like many of you here tonight, who believe investing in the youth was the future of today, a future of then for the Queen City and us today. So that consistency has not been daunted by any change in society. It still stands true to who we are. We believe in youth, and those youth grow up to be you folks sitting out here today, even those celebrating their 98th birthday. The YMCA is now the Granite YMCA, and it's one of the longest standing communities and organizations in the Queen City. We stand in our building since started in 1909 with a fundraiser. It was opened in 1911. I'm going to fast forward a little bit to 1926, where a young man named Bill Katikis and his friends were visiting the Y for a swim, a game of basketball that the Y invented, I hope many of you know that, and a safe place to be active and mentored by positive young leaders. In the 90 years since Bill first joined the Y, the Manchester Y has grown to include the two resident camps, the Goffstown branch that is celebrating 25 years this year of being part of the association. So congratulations to Goffstown and Allard Center coming on board, and has become an invaluable community location for thousands, where individuals of all abilities can participate and benefit in healthy living programs for a lifetime, where children can benefit from the character-developing activities and confidence-building experiences in our overnight camps and day camps. And for the past 30 years, where youth from some of the city's poorest neighborhoods have been provided with safe and enriching learning environments, regardless of their address and nationality. It doesn't matter. All are welcome. And where each child and adult, thanks to dedicated staff, volunteers, and donors, learn that everyone at the Y is encouraged to believe a bright future is possible. I must admit, it was a bit daunting to prepare my remarks tonight to come up, because I read some of the speeches and saw the videos, and there's not much more I can say that hasn't been said already. But there's a few more things just to add. It is in the simplicity and the heartfelt passion of the video nominators for our young campers tonight that we're just so pleased to be able to offer those camperships. It is in the courage of our two speakers, Linda and Annie, of what they have gone through to come to where they are today, and the things that they will continue to accomplish because of the support of the Y and loved ones and various partners in our community. Your courage is incredible, so thank you so very much for sharing your stories tonight. And I want to thank the gymnasts. They did a great job presenting tonight. They're all different ages and abilities. They're phenomenal. I still pride myself on still being able to get through a cartwheel, but that's the extent of it. And don't ask me to do one anytime soon. But here's the thing. That program, the gymnastics program, isn't just it's an example of what hard work, commitment, and just the dedication and passion to something you love can build you into, from a character development standpoint to accomplishment and just a sense of who you are. And I have to commend Meg. I mean, Meg and her team, she spent 25 years fostering an environment where there's no judgment. So the no judgment zone started with the Y, not with that other place we sometimes don't like to talk about. Because everybody can do anything they want to do at the Y. They can belong and achieve. And that is the best part of what we do every day. And I'm completely off script for the moment, but it goes without saying, and I just want to commend everyone in the room who's involved with that and has experienced that, because that's part of our mission too. But all of these wonderful programs represent the Y mission, and it's alive and well through our programs and relationships that are being built each day between our members, our volunteers, and our community partners. And then there's our incredible staff. I would be remiss if I did not take a quick moment and ask all of the Y staff that are here tonight, this is where I'm going to lose it, to rise and be recognized for your devotion, your passion, and all you do each day to make the mission possible. So please, all the staff, stand. they're a pretty terrific bunch. Thank you all. Our mission statement reads, the Grand YMCA creates a community where all are welcome and builds a healthy spirit, mind, and body based on the values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. The early special agents of mission for the Manchester Y recognized 165 years ago, through positive and personal efforts, a group of caring individuals can establish goals that will assist and elevate opportunities for individuals and groups in the need of support. This past year, just alone, the Goffstown, Manchester, both branches, the camps, and our outreach programs have provided, just in this region, over 15,700 individuals some level of financial assistance. Earlier this evening, Tom shared with you that for the Granite YMCA, nearly 23,000 individuals are receiving some type of support, and that it totals in excess of $1.77 million. But there is still an unfunded gap that we need to breach, because there are many, many more people that we want to continue to serve, and we will continue to serve them. But every dollar helps with that unfunded gap. And we wrestle with that. We want to make sure that we're doing the best we can by it. So it's true and it's real. As Dr. Chris Martin shared earlier, there are many ways to help support opportunities to lift up a child's life. The hope I have here this evening, as we conclude our time together, is that each of you have been further or newly inspired in your commitment as an agent of our mission. We're all wearing a badge tonight of some sort. And you will join me as a member of our team of committed Mission Possible Y agents, and will make a contribution to ensure our 165-year legacy of community investment for the Y, by the Y, will sustain. I ask you, can you take on that mission? I hope that you say yes. There is no gift too small, but I hope that each of you will find it in your heart to make a personal gift for the first time or an additional before leaving here tonight. On your table, we all have these really cool, kudos to the marketing department, dossiers with opportunities to provide a gift to the Y tonight, or to take home and think about or share with someone else. Your table host will happily help you. Finally, on behalf of the Granite YMCA, I thank you for joining us tonight, for being part of our amazing and caring community and making mission possible in so many, many ways. Please enjoy the rest of your evening with your friends and family here tonight. Thank you so very much. God bless, and have a safe journey home.